This next conversation is one that was sent to our inbox, and I wanted to expand on this further. Widowed women are struggling to regain their financial footing after losing a spouse. This is according to a new survey by Thrivant, and that might look like living paycheck to paycheck for some people. Maybe it's struggling to manage bills or just to figure things out. And the good news is there are places that can help you. So joining me today is Thrivant Financial Advisor Autumn Schinka, and we also have client Debi Espe. We appreciate both of you coming in. Thank you so much. Yeah, Autumn, let's start with you, because managing finances can be daunting for spouses, especially if, let's just an example, right, their husband managed the finances. I've heard that a lot anecdotally in my spheres. And so what are some practical steps that people can take just to deal with that overwhelm when they're just starting out?
Yeah, I think that is very common, that the one spouse maybe takes the lead and they just love to dive into the financial spreadsheets, and the other one's like, nope, I'm going to stay away from that. You got it handled. But when a death of a spouse happens, then we're kind of forced to deal with it or dive into it. And there's this sense of overwhelm and fear, and on top of the grieving that happens. And so I think the key here is to be proactive with our planning rather than be in the situation where we have to be reactive.
And then, you know, Debi, you were kind enough to come in because unfortunately you've been through this and you have a personal story to share. So if you don't mind filling people in and telling us about your experience with this.
Well, I can relate to what Autumn was saying. My husband passed away 10 years ago, and we had never hired an outside professional financial person. He was the financial person, just as you were saying. And so we never had those important conversations that we should have been having. I just should have been more in the loop. I should have known where the financial records were and the passwords, if nothing more, because you never know when you're going to have to come up with that information. You think it's never going to happen to you, and then it does.
And you said your family even has personal experience with this too. You lost your dad not too long ago, and your mom was in that situation.
My mom became a widow after 50 years. My dad took the lead with the finances, and here she found herself now alone, having to deal with it. Well, alone. She's got me to help her.
Right, and you're a great resource. So talk about working with a financial advisor, or some of those practical tips that people should be thinking about and working on right now.
A date on the calendar is key. So we get a meeting with a financial advisor to help guide these conversations. It's very easy to say, well, we'll talk about that situation. If that were to happen to us, what would we do? We'll talk about that Friday night after dinner. And then it just doesn't happen. And the can just keeps getting kicked down the road further.
Everyone's busy.
Yes. But when you have a date on the calendar, a meeting, then hopefully you ensure that the conversation actually happens. And the key there then is to, the advisor can help you guide towards questions or things you might not be thinking of. So with the loss of a spouse, there's tax implications that change, going from potentially joint filing to single, or there's potentially loss of income, Social Security benefits change, or pension benefits if that's in place. So those kinds of questions that you can help lead people towards is really valuable. But you don't have to go at this alone. And so I think getting a team around you, and not only an advisor, but also a tax professional, a real estate attorney, people like that can come around and help you and really guide you forward.
Yeah. Debi, I'm wondering what worked for you, or if you could pass along advice to people watching.
After the death of my husband, I did seek out the advice of a financial advisor. And I am just full of gratitude for the trustworthy guidance I've received, and I agree with having a team. I have a team. And because of that guidance, I'm able to volunteer, enjoy my 4 children and their spouses, my grandchildren. I'm able to travel. And I really attribute it a lot to the trusted guidance I've received. So I'm financially secure.
Yeah. Autumn, if someone's watching this and they want to learn more, where can they find more information?
Well, you know, there's always, I'd love to say, ask other friends or family, who do they work with? There's sometimes the best referral source. Who do you trust? Who do you like dealing with? And so start there. Start with your friends and family, certainly.
And more importantly, start somewhere. And I thank both of you for coming on to remind people that it's time to put something on the calendar now.
That's right.
Because you never know. All right. Thank you so much, ladies.